What's up my Nerf friends? Welcome to the in-depth analysis of Bethlehem, the Queen of the North. Bethlehem is a water converter. Her active skill, Instant Freeze, able to let her select any 4 tiles on the map and convert them to blue. Her chain combo, Aurora Slash, at 4 chain, deal 150% damage to 12 tiles in a diamond shape. At 9 chain, she do 155% damage to 16 tiles in a radial shape. At 13 chain, she do 160% damage to enemy in a radial shape to the maximum range. Multiplier wise, she does not have the highest multiplier, but it's not really a big deal because she is a converter and their main role is not to do damage, so I'll look past that for now. Her equipment, Northern Power, at Ascension 1, after using active skill, Bethlehem basic attack is increased by 10% for this round. Now there's a misconception in the community where this ability actually stacks with other unit in your team also using active skill, and this is false. Only Bethlehem active skill will affect this equipment. At Ascension 2, upon entering Aurora time, Bethlehem also gained that basic attack boost for 10%. At Ascension 3, Bethlehem also gave Water Aurorians in her team an attack boost of 5% based on her attack. So initially, I actually think this equipment is underwhelming, but after I have tested her out for a little bit, I do think that this equipment is good. Now, the reason is this equipment is very consistent and it's a mini stat boost, and it always comes at a time where you need it the most, which is when you use the active skill. I do think even it might look insignificant, you get 10% boost for Bethlehem and also 5% for each member on your team. So in total, that is actually 30% attack boost. Now granted, she does not have the highest stats, but 30% is actually not small amount. And especially when it comes so consistently and it gives it at the right time, which is pretty much all the time when you use the active skill. And because how she is built in a team, I do think this equipment is good. As for her breakthrough, Bethlehem unlocked Preemptive Strike on Breakthrough 3. Now this is a very important breakthrough. So if you don't have Breakthrough 3, your cooldown is 4. That means you have to wait 4 rounds in order to use your abilities. And in terms of Calamity Codex, you can use the ability maximum 2 times, and in terms of your usual stages, which is 15 rounds, you can use your ability maximum 3 times. Having Preemptive Strike doesn't change that, but Bethlehem really focus on bursting down units very quickly, and having that Preemptive Strike make her so much powerful at doing that. In my opinion, the Breakthrough Tree is almost a must-have if you care about strength at all. Of course, if you just like the units, you can summon 1 copies, but if you really care about meta and you care about the usability of a unit, I would suggest go for Breakthrough 3 at least. Now as for her Breakthrough 6, which is 4 extra copies, you get -1 cooldown. Now this does mean you can use 1 more time of your abilities in Calamity Codex and also in your usual rounds. However, I do think this is a luxury. Don't have to go for this. Breakthrough 3 worked just fine. Obviously, it is getting stronger if you do go for the maximum breakthrough, but it's a whale territory, and especially since she's exclusive, I would not recommend going that far. If you have the money, sure, go and do whatever. As for her stat comparison, Bethlehem is ranked 21 in terms of water units, in terms of attack, and in terms of defense, she's ranked 21 as well. And in terms of health, she is ranked 23rd on the low end of every single stat department. Next, we're going to talk about her team suggestion. Now, I will suggest exactly this team right here. So you have Regal for the main DPS, you have Buttons and Bethlehem being the converter, you have the Regal being the damage support, and you have Sharona being the teleporter for the setup. Now you will realize one thing is Button and Bethlehem actually has a really similar cooldown, which is 4. So if you have a maximum breakthrough Button paired with a breakthrough 3 Bethlehem, you actually can use this ability together and set up a really good burst for the team. And Rigo is also all about burst, so he fits perfectly into this team. Same with Hydra. Hydra also have 4 cooldowns if you only have Breakthrough 3, and he also have Preemptive Strike. Now obviously the hard thing here is getting Barton to maximum breakthrough, but I do think this is the best team that Bethlehem fits in. If you do not have Barton, you can use another converter, but definitely this will not be as strong because this rotation is messed up. Because let's say you put in Sario, you have a 2 cooldowns, and then basically the cooldown would not match up, and you have a lot more dead turns, and yeah, it's just a little bit harder to use. But with Barton, it fit perfectly. And we have Sharona being the damage dealer and the setup, so you have to teleport to the edges of the boss, and then you use Barton abilities and you use Bethlehem ability follow up, and you get all these tiles surrounding the boss, and you activate your Rigo abilities as much as you can, and it bursts down the boss that way. Now your Sharona does have to get maximum breakthrough if you want to set up on the first turn. You don't have to get that because, well, having Bartons and Bethlehem is already quite strong. But if you do want to set up the first turn and you do not have maximum breakthrough Sharona, or you don't have a friend that has it, or it's not allowed, I would suggest you can use Corax. You does need maximum breakthrough Corax as well. If you don't have that, the best option available is Felicity. You only need breakthrough 3 for that, and you also have a $1 Felicity on the shop. So realistically, you only need 1 copy. That would be the easiest. And Felicity also can give some sustain, which is nice. Or if you absolutely do not have Felicity as well, Tweety is also a valid option. You do need maximum breakthrough for Tweety as well, and you need a little bit of luck where the blue tile is placed correctly or you are in the range. Overall, I do suggest Felicity a little bit more. It's the best budget option. Now obviously, Bethlehem is not only usable in this specific team, but this is a team that I think can bring out most of her potential. As for the rating, it's really tough for me to rate her because she is very strong, but only on the right situation and also if you have the right team. If you do not have maximum breakthrough button, I do think her potential is lower a little bit, and in your casual user stage, it takes quite a long cooldown to even do anything. But overall, I do think she is a 4-star unit, and 4-star is good. I mean, 4-star is considered above average already, and because of her usage on Spire, I do think she's a fantastic unit. Granted, you need to get the breakthrough 3, as I always said, but yeah. Her future balance, judging on how unique her ability is, able to select 4 tiles, and I am using Iridon a lot. I do think such converters are not replaceable in the future. Able to select tiles is extremely useful, and I do think the harder the content goes, flexibility on selecting your tiles is only going to get better. And I do not think they will release similar units such as this again, except for the other element. So 5-star for future balance. And for the flexibility, I'll give her 4-star as well. She is a converter, especially tile converters. And usually I would give tile converter 5-star regardless. But I do think she has a little bit more limited use case compared to the usual 4 tile converters like Sadio or Clayton, because of the cooldowns. Now, she is very strong, and I do think you can use her anywhere, but she is more useful in specific use case, and of course, she's more useful in specific team as well. So that's my opinion, giving him 4-star. You can use her anywhere, but yeah, the strongest on boss. And as for design, she has a really grandiose design, and I do think it's a good design as most of the 6-star is, but I think her personality is not of my cup of tea that much. She is basically too cool for me. I mean, fitting, right? She is the Queen of the North. It would be strange if she acts like a smoky character. But yeah, overall, great design. I specifically like all the memes come from Reddit, where there's actually a person holding Bethlehem because how tall Bethlehem appears to be under the dress. And I've gotta say, I haven't laughed this much for a while. Thank you for the sweet memes, Reddit. And to end it all, I'm going to showcase Bethlehem in a battle. Now, I do not have her because I did not summon for her. I wanted to save a little bit for the next collab unit, which is very likely to be exclusive again, and I can settle for now for using a friend unit. So that is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use her on a stage that probably able to show how useful she is, which is the 10-14 stage. So Aurora time is very important in this stage, and that's what Bethlehem is good at. Okay, so this is the Bethlehem I'm going to use, Breakthrough 3 and level 40, and this is the team. I do not have Rego yet, so I can't use that, and my Hydra is Breakthrough 0, so can't use that as well. So I'm just gonna use this team. Was good enough to break his shield, I think. So we see, I'm putting Barton as the leader because it will be easier to activate Aurora time this way because leader does not get cursed. We have really good opening tiles, that's nice. I'm still gonna use these abilities, get some more tiles going. And then Beth will be really nice to just cover up the necessary tile for normal attack. Insanely strong. As you can see here, the star is shining. That means the active skill, the equipment buff is active. And you cannot stack it, I believe. So there's that. I actually don't want to waste too many. I just want to get the relevant one. Yeah, I don't have to get that one. Okay, this should be fine. This should break the shield. And I feel shy for the sustain, but probably doesn't matter because she is gonna get cursed anyway. Okay, so yeah, just Barton is the leader, but he's gonna get cursed. The team is gonna get cursed, as you can see here, but Barton is the leader, so he still can use abilities, and that's what I'm going to do. But before doing that, I want to be in the right position. I want to be in this place, so that's what I'm going to do. But I'm gonna wait a little bit first for Bethlehem cooldown to come back up. Getting hit a little bit is fine there. So we have 2 flowers now. The next turn will be their 3rd flower, so I have to be in right position now. Let's see what she does. Okay, she just damaged people, that's fine. So I want to be in this spot, so that's where I'm going to stay. And then we activate Barton. Remember, the 4th flower activate is game over, so now we have to go no matter what. So this is where we get our Aurora time. Yep, and the flower will drop back down. Now this is obviously another good time, but our Beth is not back up yet, so we can wait a little bit. We can use the active skill. Just wait a little bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't swap Beth back. If I could, I would have done that, and it will give me much easier time. But we'll see what we can do with this. Maybe we can just straight up kill him. Her. It's actually pretty possible. Yeah, let's try it. We are in Aurora times, and Beth is giving the buff to every single team members. Wasn't enough. But it's okay. Barton should be able to finish her. Yep. And that is all the showcase. Obviously, it's just a friend unit, so not the best showcase, but you get an idea how strong Bethlehem can be. As for the cost, the material needed to reach Ascension Tree for Bethlehem is shown on the screen right now. It is the blue tile for the purple material, and as always, level 1 and level 80. If you want to reach that far, you better prepare that material. And as for the equipment, you need 6,500 sublime and also the pine dew equipment materials. And if you want to reach Affinity 10, 62 blue gifts that she likes. Final verdict, I think she is 4 out of 10. If you can get Breakthrough 3, she's 8 out of 10. Bethlehem is a very exceptional unit if you can get Breakthrough 3. But yeah, I wonder if Novio is also as exceptional as Bethlehem. Well, I'm glad you asked. If you want to know more about Novio, click on this video right now. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.